Guys, this is Roxann Smithers with Smithers and Ume-Nwagbo, your trusted 360 general counsel. And this is a note from my Legalpad. So today we're going to be asking the question, is it time to staff up? Okay? You're excited about the growth of your business, but you're not sure how to handle the volume. The gift and sometimes the curse of business success is figuring out how to absorb new opportunities and clients while keeping your eye on the bottom line. So we are going to discuss two things: the questions you need to ask yourself, as well as how to do it if you do in fact decide that yes, it's time to staff up. Deciding whether or not to incorporate additional individuals into your business to help you create your product or service your customers can be a major hurdle for a business owner to tackle. But we're going to talk about some of the questions you want to ask yourself as you're deciding whether it's time to staff up. First, you want to triage the areas of your business that are becoming unmanageable with your current capacity. And I think that there are four main areas of a business that you want to consider for this exercise: administrative, business/market development, client services/production, and troubleshooting. So you want to look at those four areas and decide whether or not the tasks that are necessary in those areas, the amount of time and attention that they are taking, have become too much for your current capacity, either personally or for the team that you currently have. So administrative is sort of self-evident. That is the behind the scenes running of the business, keeping up with any compliance, paperwork. It's the business of the business. Running the business, this part that we don't necessarily want to do. It's the homework of the business. So you need to decide if your administrative tasks, all of those little to-do items that aren't necessarily the passionate part of your business, if those are becoming overwhelming for you, or you are letting them slide, they are not getting completed. Are you late getting updates and filings to the government? Are you late getting contracts and documents out to individuals? Are you late getting invoices out? Have you been able to follow up with customers or clients who have amounts that are past due? If you're finding that your paperwork part of your business is becoming overwhelming, you may decide that that is a key and targeted area for you to staff up. The next area is business and market development. Are there too many potential opportunities and customers and markets and locations that you want to try to hit to get the word out about your business, to sell your product, or to reach out to customers and clients, and you're just not able to get to all the different outlets that are available for you to develop business and market your business? Then you may want to consider staffing up in your business/market development area. Next, client services and production. Are you overwhelmed with purchase orders? Are your products on back order with customers? Is your production meeting bottlenecks because you don't have enough people to produce your product? Are you reaching a bottleneck because you don't have enough time to service your clients? You're missing out on opportunities for new clients that are coming your way, not getting a chance to follow up on referrals or business leads. Then client services and production might be the area that you want to consider staffing up and adding some capacity. And then finally, troubleshooting. Are fires starting all over the place and they're taking you off of your tasks for any given day or week that you are needing to deal with your business? Client inquiries, customer complaints, returns, or other issues that may be arising that were not originally on your plans or on your to-do list, but they're taking up time, they're taking up energy, and they are also distracting you from your main purpose of your business. Well, then you might want to think about looking to add some staff or support on the troubleshooting side of your business. So once you have evaluated those four areas to figure out where things have become unmanageable with your current capacity, then you want to ask yourself, are there any contractual or ethical restraints that would limit your ability to bring in additional support for any of those areas? Are there a part of your business or services that you have to provide personally, or that have to be provided by someone with a certain level of licensing, accreditation, or training? And that you have to take that into consideration if you're looking to add capacity in those areas. Do you have any sort of terms in a contract with a customer or client that says that you cannot subcontract your work, you cannot assign it, or that they are expecting you to personally provide the services or provide the product? Take those things into consideration as we're deciding which area it makes sense, both practice-wise as well as contractually and ethically, to add staff and to add capacity. Then in those areas you want to, where you can ethically and contractually add support, and for which you decided that your current level of capacity is unmanageable, assess how much time you're currently allocating to those areas and decide where it makes sense to pull yourself away from that and put somebody else in place to support that area or support that practice. Maybe you need someone who can answer calls and take messages to help with troubleshooting. Maybe you need some administrative support that can help you with some of the mundane day-to-day tasks and paper that needs to be pushed in your business. Maybe you need to add some additional practitioners to your business to service your customers, or additional production to your business in order to create your products. Maybe it's our time to bring on a marketing professional to handle your website or your social media, or to engage with the public on your behalf to get the word out about your business while you are working on other issues. Once you kind of decide where you're allocating time and how you need to adjust your time, you can then figure out the best place to add staff and to add capacity. It's also important at this point to remember that 80-20 rule. So 20% of our work can often create 80% of our problems. If you can identify that area of that troublesome 20%, that's definitely a candidate for staffing up and adding capacity that can take that 20% off of your plate. So the next part of this, once you have evaluated your 4 areas, you've decided which areas that you are interested in adding staff and capacity, we got to talk about how do you do it. So we say that you start with focusing on ways in which you can streamline your current process. Are there automations that you can bring into the process? Are there templates that you can utilize for that process? Are there any upgrades to your current service providers that will add additional features that will help take some of that load off of your process? Anything that you can do in those areas to streamline will not only take the burden off of you, but it also make it easier for you to train and bring in additional staff to add capacity as well. And if you're really good at streamlining your process, you could find that you don't need as much capacity or support as you originally thought. Once you have looked at how you can streamline your process, you're then going to do 3 types of assessments. You're going to do a financial assessment to determine what combination of support you can financially support. Should you be looking to simply bring on additional vendors? Should you be looking to add an employee? Or should you be looking to add contractors in order to add capacity? And all 3 of these types of staff are going to have their pros, their cons, as well as different financial implications. Then you do a time assessment. Based on the time that you need to have support, if you need someone all day, if you need someone a couple hours a day, if you need someone once a month or intermittently, you'll also determine whether then it makes sense to have a vendor, an employee, or a contractor. And then finally, you'll do that ethical and contractual assessment to make sure that you can either add a vendor, an employee, or a contractor. Once you've completed your assessment, you'll then want to do what we call a recipe of your business. That means you'll want to make sure that you have put in writing all of the amazing information that you have in your head that makes your business unique and successful. So you'll want to start to put together what are called standard operating procedures, or SOPs. These are the details of how your business runs on a day-to-day basis. Client intake and interaction, product production, your sales process, your interactive processes, and how do you run the day-to-day business. Getting that wonderful information out of your head and onto paper so that another individual, whether they're a contractor, an employee, or a vendor, is now able to follow that recipe and continue the success of your business for your benefit. Then you'll want to identify any tools or services that your staff or vendors will need in order to make sure they are able to perform on your behalf. Is there specific equipment, specific software, specific services that they need to have access to in order to effectively work with your business and help to support your business? You'll identify those. Once you have identified those tools and services as well, we'll then look at the scope, understanding specifically what you want that vendor, that contractor, or that employee to do, how you want to compensate them for that, if you're going to have a way to evaluate their performance and whether or not you'll be satisfied with their performance. A lot of these things will come up either in a vendor's service agreement, your independent contractor agreement, or in an employment agreement. Now, once you have identified your areas of support, you've figured out what you can afford to do financially, you've worked on that recipe, you've defined your scope, then it's a matter of, once you've identified those new staff, either as vendors, employees, or contractors, it's bringing them into your team, introducing them to your clients and the marketplace, and working to integrate them so that they can step out on your behalf to help develop, grow, and sustain your business. But you must always remember that no matter how great your staff is, that at the end of the day, this is your business. Their results and their performance is your responsibility. Whether or not customers or clients are satisfied is ultimately your responsibility as well, and the buck will always stop with you for your business. A business that is in growth mode can be an exciting, exhilarating time. It can also be a bit scary and uncertain, as you have to let go of the reins of your business and trust other individuals to help bring your vision to the public, to help bring your products to the public, and to help service your clients. But in order to grow that business, it's a process and an exercise that is necessary. So as we move into the future and you see your business growing and developing, you definitely have to ask that question, is it time to staff up? And if the answer is yes, we hope these tips will help you to move in that direction. So this has been a note from my Legalpad, and if you'd like to learn more about the attorneys with Smithers and Ume-Nwagbo, you can find us at STU Law Group. You can find us on Facebook as well as LinkedIn. Please be sure to like and subscribe to this video and to our channel, and you will get updates on the most recent notes from my Legalpad.